My name is Minoru Takeda, and I'm an office worker. Today I want to talk about a problem I have with my boss. I've stayed in the same company as the one I joined right after college. I'm currently in the sales division. The company is pretty big, the welfare is decent, and there is very little overtime work. I've never thought of leaving. Also, the environment is great with amazing people to work alongside. I've been in this environment for 3 years now. All in all, I'd say my life is good. But when it came time for reshuffling, the boss that took great care of me left. The new boss that came in was named Aikeshi. My office life changed after it became my boss. Because... Hey, when are you coming back? I was out quite far today. I intend to go straight home. Straight home? You didn't tell me. I sent you an email today. Yeah, I saw it. But did you think you could just go home with one email? You'd usually get the boss's permission, right? Sorry, there was no issue doing it like this with my previous boss. Well, I'm your boss now. Don't make excuses. My apologies. I'll be careful. Of course you will. And? When are you coming back? Wait, I need to go back now? Well, of course. I didn't give you permission to go straight home. Just come back. But I'm already at my home station. I don't care. You just need to come back. If you don't, I'll mark down that you ditched early. Okay, I'll be at the office in 40 minutes. When I go back, do I have new work? None in particular. You need to check out your time card and go back home. We can check out our time cards using our phones, so I already checked out today. Huh? What is that? Yeah, our last boss implemented it for convenience. If we allow that, then people will slack off. What was he thinking? From now on, no one is allowed to use that. I will not allow anything else but the one in the office. Now quit whining and come to the office. I'm already on my way. And so, just to apologize to my boss, I had to go back to the office. When I went back, he said a couple of things to me, and I was allowed to go back home. Just a reminder, this was the first day for the new boss. I lightly conversed with him once, and that was the only communication we had. I thought he was simply a very strict person. However, a couple weeks in, I noticed something strange. He was never as strict to anyone else but me. I was the only one who was nitpicked about small things, and he even made me prioritize small miscellaneous chores. Again, I hadn't talked to him that much prior too. I didn't understand why he hated me so much. Just as I was wondering in my head, I received a message from Ryo Nishiki, who joined the company in the same year.
Minoru, about the meetup we're having, is the end of the month okay for you?
Yeah, I'll find us a place.
Okay, thanks. Oh, by the way, I heard Mr. Ikeishi came to your division from the reshuffling.
Yeah, do you know him?
Know him? He was in my division before.
Right, he was from the planning division. So, he was your boss before?
Yup, and just between us, do you know why he was shuffled around?
No idea, and I think he hates me.
Really? Why?
No idea. Was he reshuffled from abuse of authority? Was there someone being harassed like me?
No, close though. It's more sexual harassment.
Seriously? What did he do?
Nothing too serious, but harassment of the old type. He doesn't think before he talks. And he has an itch for the women.
Wait, he's married, right?
Rumor has it he's always itching at his subordinates. Personally, he's asked me out to dinner a lot.
Why hasn't he not been punished yet?
Well, usually people don't have the time to sue him. But because the rumors don't stop, I've heard they just decided to move him to the sales division.
I see. The sales division is mostly men. There shouldn't be a lot of women for him to harass. Just like that, I was told why Mr. Aikeshi was shuffled here. I had mixed feelings as to learning his history. But I was still confused. Why was he targeting me now? According to Ryo, all the women avoided him. But he worked well with the other men. There were no rumors about abuse of authority either. But the more I think about it, he is very strict against me. Recently, he's just been nitpicking everything that's insignificant. Because of him, I feel like there's bad air in the division. That was when Aizawa-san, my superior, worried about me. He was very well-informed insider and knew a lot about the rumors in our company. I heard something baffling from him. Hey, are you okay? Mr. Aikeshi sure is pretty hard on you. I'm doing so-so, thank you. But in reality, it's pretty tough. I can tell, he's hard on just you, must be tough. So, it is just me, right? Yeah, he's pretty old-fashioned and hard to deal with sometimes, but he isn't horrible to anyone else. I don't know what's happening. Then it seems that rumor is true. What rumor? Do not tell Mr. Aikeshi, okay? Of course, and he never listens to me anyways. Yeah, that's true. This is just a rumor. Ryo-san from planning, she's the same age as you, right? Yeah, we have a meetup planned too. Actually, I heard Mr. Aikeshi was her boss before. I heard Mr. Aikeshi was pretty into Ryo-san before. Does that mean he was seducing her? Yeah, pretty seriously I heard. Wait, isn't he married? Rumor has it he's been itching for women from way before. Because he's pretty good with women, it said some girls fall for him, and that's why he's being carried away. But in the case of Ryo-san, because she wasn't giving him any chances, he got all heated up. Understandable. Ryo doesn't like upper-aged men. But what does that have to do with anything? Well, it's because you and Ryo-san have a thing, right? Where did you hear that? Well, everybody knows. In fact, everyone is wondering why you guys just don't date. I'm sorry, this is just so embarrassing. Well, it's true that Ryo and I have a thing. I didn't know it was that obvious. I was thinking of making things clear with her, but not that right now. I didn't think that a grown man would be hard on his subordinate because of something like this. But the more I think about it, it made perfect sense. But if that's the case, then I could do nothing about it. In order to calm him down, I would need to give up on Ryo, and that just sounds dumb. In reality, I just need to endure Mr. Aikeshi's harassment. While it is honestly very stressful, I thought I just needed to endure it and wait it out until he doesn't care anymore. But there was an instance where I could no longer tolerate him. After my 2-day PTO, I returned to the office. What is this? What are you talking about? Don't act like you don't know. It's about MoniRobo Corporation. Ah, that. Yeah, I got a contract from them. Of course, that's because I was there negotiating for so long. I was going to get the contract after final negotiations when my PTO ended. Why is the negotiation completed with your name on the contract? The client said they wanted to talk early. Because you were on PTO in such important times, I decided to go for you. Why is your name on it, even though you did the bare minimum? You knew that they were one of my clients, right? Well, it's your fault that you took PTO during important times. Be angry at yourself. And besides, it doesn't matter who signs the contract, it's all beneficial for our company. Even if that is the case, I can't stand someone taking my hard work for themselves. Wait, weren't you the one that made me take PTO? Really? I don't remember. Yeah, you told me to take PTO because HR was annoying you about it. You told me to take PTO on specific days too. Were you planning to take that contract from me? What? Why would I? Besides, if that is the case, you have no evidence. That's the reason why Ryo ignored you. What? I heard you were into your subordinates being such an adult. Too bad she hates people like you. I don't know what you're talking about, but I don't like your attitude. That's no way to treat your elders. That's why kids these days are useless. I've never thought of you being an adult either, you and your childish behaviors. And weren't you into the so-called young girls? Watch your language. Say anything more and you'll regret it. After that, the two of us argued in an empty meeting room in our office. It may not be surprising, but the argument didn't settle anything, and the two of us completely hated each other. Now I was committed to suing with things like abuse of power. However, he was quicker to act. He told HR that I had punched him in our argument in the meeting room. Of course, I told my story, however, I had no evidence. Mr. Aikeshi had a stronger voice, and because there were no witnesses, the incident resulted in me being suspended from work. I could go back to work after a couple days, however, my dream of climbing up the ladder was hopeless. I was super mortified. But there was someone that saved me.
Hey, how long are you resting for? Come on, come back.
No, I'm still on suspension.
Uh-huh, I guess no one has told you yet?
What are you talking about?
Mr. Ikeishi was fired.
Wait, really?
Yep, he was packing his stuff yesterday. Getting fired at his age must be tough. It's all his fault, but I do feel for him a little.
But why? I didn't sue him. Even if I did, I would have lost.
You're right, because it's rumored you punched him. You wouldn't be persuasive enough to sue him for abuse of power, so I sued him.
What?
You know, he was pretty diligent about seducing me.
Yeah, Aizawa-san told me a little about it.
And he was pretty blatant about it. He even told me he'd give me an allowance, which creeped me out.
He said what?
Well, I dodged and let him be, but I didn't want to waste my time on him. But because he did horrible things to you, I couldn't just sit there.
Ryo, you did that for me?
Yep, you should be thankful. In fact, you can take me out to something delicious.
That won't be enough. I'll do anything. But how did it go so smoothly? I thought usually there would be investigations and stuff.
Yeah, usually that's how it goes. But I wasn't the only one that sued him.
What? Ryo then explained to me what happened. Mr. Aikeshi had too much history of harassing other women in the office. Rio thought that there would be people that had similar instances that might help her out in suing him. She went around the office looking for people with similar experiences. Since Mr. Aikeshi had been in the office for quite a while, there were 5 people that Rio was able to find. She was able to create a victim's associate, and they all sued him at once. Because there were multiple women suing him at once, HR couldn't come up with excuses. In this day and age, more sexual harassment cases would be detrimental to the higher-ups, and they quickly fired Mr. Aikeshi on the spot. It's said that Mr. Aikeshi, right after being fired, looked lifeless, and for him, being sued by the women that he had fallen for must have amped it up his shock. After this incident, Rio and I finally got together. Moreover, I could not give enough thanks for what she'd done for me.